That breaking news, a rally to show support for the family of a man who was shot by Milwaukee police.
Jermont Terry live outside the federal courthouse with the latest. Jermont.
Carol and Mike, those demonstrators just left the federal courthouse behind me after rallying for just over an hour. We were looking at two different groups. One group that started at Red Arrow Park, a second group that was already here on the courthouse steps, and they were all here showing support as they say they would like to know more details about the death of Dontre Hamilton. I'm now joined by LaToya Hamilton, who is Dontre's cousin. LaToya, thank you for taking the time. Obviously, just to explain to me your reaction to seeing so many people coming out, shutting down rush hour traffic for your family's efforts in seeking justice.
Well, I could really appreciate everyone coming out. Most of the people here do not even know us. They're strangers to us. So they've taken the time out of their day to come and rally with us, which we as a family, we never thought that it would have to come to this. But it's been 4 months, and it's time for us to get answers. We want this case closed.
My final question, so many people have compared this case to the case in Ferguson, Missouri. The fact that now, over there, 2 weeks later, we know who that officer is, they have some ballistics information. How important is it for you guys to get a name as to who shot and killed your loved one?
Well, it's important to get a name, but mainly it's important to just get some justice, really to get some answers. If we can get some answers to some of our questions as of right now, then we can be a little bit more at peace.
All right, LaToya Hamilton, Dontre Hamilton's cousin, thank you for joining us. And that is the reaction from the family members. We want to point out that they met with 3 high-ranking MPD officers this afternoon. The family was looking to speak to the chief of police. He sent those representatives, and Dontre's family is saying they will not be satisfied until they at least hear from the chief of police. They believe that he needs to offer some apologies for originally calling Dontre a homeless man when he was shot in the park back on that day in April. Again, we're going to continue to follow the story and have more details throughout this 6 o'clock show, but that is the very latest outside the federal courthouse in downtown Milwaukee. Jermont Terry, today's TMJ4.
All right, thank you, Jermont. Worth noting that case was investigated by the Department of Justice. Their investigation has now been forwarded to the DA's office. So far, John Chisholm has not said when he is going to make a decision on possible charges.
And the protest that Jermont mentioned a little bit earlier began with a rally at Red Arrow Park. Our Tom Murray is covering that breaking news.
And he joins us live now outside the federal courthouse as well. Tom?
Mike, Carol, you'll have to forgive me. I'm a little sweaty because in covering this demonstration, we walked with the people participating in this rally from Red Arrow Park, which is about 10 blocks away, all the way here to the federal courthouse, carrying, of course, all of our equipment. This was incredible. The people organizing the rally at Red Arrow Park called for those participating to walk toward the federal courthouse and directed them to walk down these busy streets. The marchers made their way down Water Street and Wisconsin Avenue in the middle of rush hour. As you know, these are 2 of the busiest streets in the city of Milwaukee. About 50 demonstrators took part. That small number of people, though, having the ability to bring rush hour traffic to a halt to prove their point. Then, as Jermont was talking about, they made their way here to the federal courthouse for a rally on the steps. One of the things that was interesting, Corey Stingley's father spoke on the steps of the federal courthouse. He criticized President Obama for taking action in Ferguson in response to looting and rioting, but for what he called ignoring what's going on in Milwaukee with the case of his son, Corey Stingley, and the case of Dontre Hamilton, as well as others. Live tonight in downtown Milwaukee with our team coverage, Tom Murray, today's TMJ4.
Okay, Tom, thank you very much.